Hello, Year 2. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a lovely weekend. We are going to be talking about our English lesson in just a moment, but just to get our brains warmed up first, I do have a little starter for you. So as you can see on the screen, there is a sentence. However, the sentence has got lots of punctuation that is missing. So there's a couple of capital letters maybe and full stops. So rewrite that sentence and make that grammatically correct. So pause the screen and do that now. Okay, let's have a look and see what was missing. So the most obvious one is that capital letter at the beginning there. So hopefully you spotted that one. The next two are our capital letters for the names Jessica and Lily. They're both proper nouns. They do need to make sure they've got a capital letter on them. The next one, there was no full stops in this sentence. So there should have been one after zoo, which means that the W of when does have to be a capital. And then finally, one at the end of our sentence as well. Okay, so well done to you if you managed to spot all of those. So our learning intention today then is to create a text map. Before we start to do that, I want you to think to yourself, what is a text map? Why do we create text maps? And how do they help us in school? What do we usually use them for? So pause the video and have a think about that now. Okay, so the most obvious reasons that we use them for are to help us with our writing, okay? They help us to structure our writing so that we can remember all the different parts of the story. They help us to learn the story. Obviously, we will be learning the Three Billy Goats Gruff off by heart, so having a text map to look at really helps us to remember all the different parts of the story. Now, usually we would do this all together as a class. We'd just create one, wouldn't we, that we all look at on our washing line. However, because we're not able to do that, you guys are going to be creating your own today. And if you hung up your toolkit on the other day, you'll be able to hang up your text map next to it. You'll be able to use that to help you with your story writing as well. The few things you need before we start, so you need to grab yourself some paper, and you also need to get a pencil. If you've got colouring pencils, that would be helpful. You might have some different coloured pens, because you know in class we like to make them nice and colourful. So you can grab those now if you want to. Before we start, we are going to just go through the story once more. We did do this on Friday, okay? And do feel free to read along with me. You can pause the video if you like and read it yourself, or you can read along with me. It's completely up to you. So all together then. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Once upon a time, there were 3 Billy Goats Gruff who lived in a field in a green valley. They loved to eat sweet green grass, but sadly their field had become brown and barren. Early one morning, they went to look for some breakfast and found a beautiful meadow. The 3 Billy Goats Gruff decided to go there, but the only way was over a rickety wooden bridge. But under the bridge lived a terrible troll called Trevor. Trevor was an ugly green troll with a fat, warty nose and protruding brown teeth. There was nothing Trevor liked better than to eat a scrumptious, juicy billy goat. The little billy goat and the middle billy goat were the first to reach the bridge. Gingerly, they put their hooves onto the bridge. Trip, trap, made the sound on the wooden planks. Suddenly, there was a huge roar. Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge? And out from under the bridge loomed the troll. It's only us. We're going to look for some grass to eat, squeaked little Billy Goat Gruff. No, you're not. I'm going to eat you, replied the angry troll. Oh no, said the terrified middle Billy Goat Gruff. We're just small goats. Wait for our brother. He's bigger than us and much tastier. So the greedy troll decided to let them pass by. After a while, big Billy Goat Gruff decided it was time to join his brothers. Bravely, he went down to the rickety old bridge and began to cross. Trip, trap, went his hooves on the wooden planks. All of a sudden, there was another huge roar. "Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge?" he boomed. "It's me, Great Big Billy Goat Gruff. Who are you?" "Who am I?" roared the Troll. "I am Trevor Troll, and I'm going to eat you." "Oh no, you're not," replied Great Big Billy Goat Gruff. Without warning, the Troll rushed at Big Billy Goat Gruff. However, to his surprise, the goat fearlessly lowered his horns and charged back at him. Bash! Trevor the Troll was catapulted into the air before crashing into the rapid stream below. The Troll disappeared under the rushing water. From then on, Trevor the ugly green troll was never seen again. So, hopefully you have got your bits and bobs ready, okay? And you do need to just start out with a plain piece of paper today. Now, I've made one in advance, which I'm going to show you now. And just to remind you with your text maps, they don't have to be absolutely perfect. You should do roughly 1 or 2 or 3 pictures per sentence, okay? So as you're making yours today, what I would do is rewind this video back to where I was just reading the story, keep pausing it on the different sections, and then just create your text map based on that. And like I say, 1 or 2 pictures per sentence, okay? So I will show you the one which I have created here. Now, hopefully you can see that. I'll bring that a little bit closer for you. As you can see, I've got the title there at the top. So I've put the 3 Billy Goats Gruff. And then I've done just little pictures just to represent the different parts of the story. So of course, this bit here is once upon a time, there were 3 Billy Goats Gruff who lived in a green valley. And you can see here I've got some grass with a little love heart above it because they loved to eat sweet green grass, but sadly, so I put a sad face, their field had become brown and barren. Okay, the next section down then I've got a sunshine, so that bit is for early one morning. Early one morning they decided to go and look for some breakfast, and they saw a beautiful green valley. But the only way over was over the bridge, wasn't it? Okay. But under the bridge lived the troll, and I've just put his name underneath it. Then I've drawn a picture here of a fat, warty nose and those protruding brown teeth. Okay. And then I've put here, there's nothing more that he loved to eat those goats. So you can see I've drawn a picture of Trevor thinking about eating those goats. Okay, the next section then. So I've put the little goat and the middle goat, and I've put first next to it because they were the first to cross. I have drawn their hooves. So as you can see for these ones, 1 picture per sentence. And I can just remember now that that is when they put their hooves on the planks. Trip, trap, trip, trap. Sometimes it's easier just to write the words, okay, especially if it's a sound like that. Trip, trap, trip, trap. Suddenly, there was a huge roar. So as you can see, I've drawn a little line there, okay? Or if you wanted to, you could just put the word roar in a speech bubble. Completely up to you. And then here, in a speech bubble, I've put a question mark because that is when Trevor is saying, "Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge?" Then we've got I put an L above this one because it was the large goat that said that they were just going to look for some grass. I put a cross for no. And then the middle goat, the medium goat, says wait. So I've just put wait in a speech mark. He said wait for our brother. For this one here, for after a while, I've just put a little clock to show that some time has passed. The big Billy Goat decided to join his brothers. So he went to the bridge, got trip, trap again. This one I just put all of a sudden in words. And then I put my line again for another huge roar. Then I've got my question mark there for who's that trip trapping over my bridge. I've put the little troll to show you who said it. And then I've got me. Who are you? Okay, put that in words. And we've got the troll here where he's saying, I'm going to eat you. And then we've got no. Okay. Last bit then, we've got without warning. Then I've put the troll here waving his arms. I've done the big goat lowering his horns and bash. And I've done him being thrown up into the air and then crashing down into the water. And then he was never seen again. So I've crossed out the eyes. He was never seen. And as you can see then from that, I've really taken my time and just done little pictures, one per sentence. And then just then I was able to tell you the whole story just by looking at those. Okay. Now, as you can see here, I've put boxes around different sections. So have a think. Why do you think I've done that? Why do you think I've put boxes around those different sections? Can you remember? So when we're in school, we call that boxing up. So all I've done there is just boxed up the text map. So this top bit is the beginning. This bit here is the build up. This bit here is the problem, resolution, and ending. And I've actually written those just next to those boxes as well. So by all means, you can pause the video at any point and you can magpie any of my pictures. That is absolutely fine. Or you might do pictures of whatever you want to do. Okay, like I said earlier on, it's your text map. Okay, so please just do it completely how you want to do it. Okay, because you're going to be the one that's using it to help you to write your story in a couple of weeks. Okay, so have fun and enjoy it. Myself and Miss Broadbent would love to see your beautiful, beautiful creations. Okay, so do not forget to email those across to us. Enjoy, and I will see you all soon. Thanks, guys.